Hey, loves, how are you? Today we're going to do a divine feminine support message. And I pulled and shuffled some cards because I wasn't sure what was going to come through today. And it was very clearly for the divine feminine. There are many divine feminines in the process of really harnessing both their intuitive and physical world energy and life force, and they're really starting to build some momentum moving forward into their physical reality. So this came to me that there's still maybe some blind spots that are happening, but it feels connected to your creations. And what this blind spot is coming through as is that you have all these ideas and you're maybe not quite sure which ones to ground in first. So, what's coming through is to actually focus and pinpoint, because what's coming through is there's actually maybe one thing that's kind of standing out from the crowd, and it feels like a combo. One, it's probably the thing that you want to do the most, but it's also perhaps the thing that you are the most nervous to do. Because sometimes when we have this purpose or thing that makes us really excited, it can be scary to actually pursue it, because sometimes then we have those worries like, well, if this is the dream and I pursue it and it doesn't come to fruition, then I'm going to be disappointed. And then what am I going to do? But here's the thing: how we get to where we want to be is by opening up to the first steps. And what's coming through is that there are some pieces of the puzzle that you're needing in order to accomplish and create the things that you're asking for. So if you start to take step forward and it's not everything you thought it was going to be right out of the gate, that doesn't mean that you failed or that it's not going to come to fruition. It means that you're learning, you're building your muscle, and you're growing and learning the steps of how to get there along the way. What's coming to my mind is the man who wrote, Jack Canfield, who wrote the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. I don't know if you guys even know about those, but he ended up having like, I think like hundreds of books. Okay. He was rejected. Chicken Soup for the Soul was rejected something like 57 times before he got a yes. Okay. So he kept learning and building and growing his muscle in moving forward towards what he wanted, in refining and learning his craft. And then once he had his breakthrough, it took off. Okay. It goes back to that analogy from a few weeks ago when I spoke about the seed growing beneath the ground for like 5 years, and then it the bamboo plant, it sprouts above the ground and it grows like 90 feet in 5 days. So did it take 5 years and 5 days, or 5 days? Well, to the world on the outside, it looks like it was only 5 days, but it was 5 years and 5 days, right? So the whole point is we don't necessarily, most people, I would say, don't go from zero to 1,000, right? They come out, they might at first go zero to 1,000, and then they realize there's all this stuff that they don't know that they have to sort through. I mean, we're talking about physical world manifested creations right now, right? But this definitely connects deeply to the counterpart connections and the manifested physical partnerships in our life. But it's really there to help us bring in every aspect of our life that we're wanting, right? This 10 of Pentacles is right here. This is like the physical manifested reality of all of these dreams, right? So it's the partnership, the family, the play, the fun, the finances, the, health, the joy, the physical world interaction, right? And it all stems from this embodiment of your physical dreams, right? So anything that's coming to the forefront first, that's coming from inside of you, like an actual step you can take towards what it is that you're wanting to build and create in your life, not projecting that responsibility onto another person or a masculine, but actually looking at your dreams, What are your dreams? How do you want to contribute to your life and to your world? What creative ideas are inside of you, and where maybe you felt held back or limited, allowing yourself to unravel the idea that you have to wait to move forward with your dreams for every puzzle piece to fall into place, right? Because in reality, it's not always that we get the pieces in order. Things don't always necessarily go in order of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Sometimes we get the seventh piece and then the second piece and then the first piece, right? You kind of walk through this and you gather your pieces as you're going. So allowing yourself to let go of needing it to look and be a certain way in certain perfect order, you're going to allow yourself to start to step into what is the most productive for you now. Okay. And one of the ways you're going to know it's going to be the most productive is it's going to excite you the most. There may even be a little bit of nervousness or fear or hesitation around it, because when you think about it, it makes you so dang excited to envision yourself embodying it. Okay. But this is where it's time to push yourself out of that comfort zone, because going out of your comfort zone towards your dreams in the physical world sets up a momentum for your energy, but it also shows the universe that you're willing to take action steps in the physical world towards what you actually want, towards the life that you want to create. And you're not sitting around waiting for anyone else to show up to do it with. You're co creating in the higher energies with whoever is going to be in your life. Our higher selves are always working on our life and our future and how that's going to kind of come together. So if you can see this, it's like you're sitting at a table, your higher self is helping you connect with those um energies that you want to manifest into physicality, and then you sit down and you start creating your blueprint and you start to plant the seeds. Okay. And it's through allowing yourself to taking off these handcuffs and the limitations and the beliefs that you have to wait, or that you're not ready, or that you're not good enough, or that you need other things. Okay, you may need other pieces to the puzzle, but you may not be able to receive those until you take the blindfold off and start moving forward. You feel me? Like, these next pieces are on the pathway forward, not sitting doing nothing. They're on the pathway as you start to move and build momentum. That's where you find your pieces. That's where you gain your strength to be able to sustain and maintain this full manifested reality. But it really starts within. It starts with you being able to handle your own gorgeous, beautiful energy. Okay. These extremes of energy that are wanting to come out of you, and also wanting to be able to be shared in the world, to be able to be expressed in a very, very physical way. All of these cards are really based in physicality. Okay. Strengthening, harnessing the power, being able to embody it into your physical world. Okay. So I want to see if we can get any other support messages on how the feminines can, or what they can focus on to come more into fruition and bringing these dreams into more of a physical world reality. And for those of you who are already doing this, it's coming through right now that there's even more coming. And if you've started this process, you're going to be excited, because what I'm seeing is that there's some surprises sprinkled on the pathway ahead. So for those of you already in process, know that those opportunities and experiences are coming that are going to enhance what you've already been dreaming of. And for those of you who are just getting started or contemplating getting started, I'm feeling the same energy available for you. But the only way you're going to get access to those opportunities and experiences is if you start to take those steps forward in the physical world. Okay, loves? Beautiful. But let's see what else wants to come through to support this. Yes. Planting your seeds, allowing yourself to start to put feelers out into the world. Okay. And what this energy is making me think of is like when you're first getting started, it can feel frustrating because you're like, well, I want it yesterday. And how am I going to get there? Or you start planting seeds and then it feels like you're not really accomplishing as much as you hope. Keep planting seeds, keep moving forward. Take your step, plant your seed. Take your next step, plant your seed. You keep planting those seeds because what happens, my loves, is down the road when things start to take shape and start to take momentum forward, right? They start to build, the momentum starts to build because of these first steps. If you don't take these first steps, there is no momentum, loves. Okay. So you start. At first, it might feel slow. At first, it might feel annoying, right? Like, how come it's not happening faster? What the beautiful, amazing part is these seeds back here, right? You keep moving forward, you keep going towards what you want. What happens is these seeds start to sprout and they start to send shoots out in different directions. And you end up getting plants that you didn't even know you planted. Some of these might go dormant, some of them might turn into redwoods, some of them might turn into cherry trees or flowers. You don't really know. You just keep going. You keep planting those seeds, okay, loves? And through this process, you are allowing your own energy to blossom. You see, you plant the seeds, and the day came when the risk it took to remain tight and closed in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to bloom. When those buds are ready to blossom, they will, and you will not be able to hold your own growth back. You please do not mistake planting seeds is not that big of a deal because I'm telling you right now, plant hundreds, plant thousands, just keep going. They may not all not come to fruition right now. That's okay. You could be planting seeds for future generations, love. It's not for you to know all of those that are going to bloom. Just like when we plant a garden, we plant the seeds, but we don't know if all the seeds are going to sprout. We don't know if random different types of varieties got in there, or if there's some from last year that might show their head in a way that we didn't even think they would. You just don't know. That's the beauty of organic nature, allowing yourself to plant the seeds, allowing what is in alignment with you to sprout, and then allowing yourself to move forward in this gorgeous momentum in your physical reality. Okay. Allow yourself to build the strength to be able to manifest this dream. Okay. And the dream may come bits and pieces at a time so that you can absorb it and digest it and embody it and become it. Okay. But when we have all of these things that we want to create, all it takes is one step at a time in the direction of the momentum that you want to go. At first, it's probably going to feel slow, but it's going to pick up momentum as long as you keep going forward. And if you hit snags along the path where you feel frustrated or triggered or disappointed, it's okay. That is an opportunity to work through any of those limitations within your system to free yourself to gain more momentum. So if you're having a pocket or a time where you feel that the energies are a little bit slower or you don't have the momentum that you want, this doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means take a step back and allow yourself to reevaluate. Because what might be happening is there might actually be a new perspective that you're needing to see. It could be that that initial momentum that you had, those seeds are planted. And now you're ready to go back to the drawing board and get your next steps. Okay. So you might actually be ready to start pulling in another piece of another creation. This is why I actually usually have multiple projects or adventures I'm working on, because sometimes some just have to simmer. They just need to simmer in the background. And then I might pick back up the momentum with something that I had been working on before, because now it's ready to move forward to the next steps. That's why I said the power of planting these seeds is going to support you in building momentum beyond what you can envision right now. Okay. But it's in these, allowing these seeds to come in and then planting them is what allows them to grow into this, loves. Okay. There is a lot of pentacles in this reading, a lot of physical world manifested dreams coming to fruition as a result of your willingness to release and unravel the bindings and the limitations, allowing yourself to move forward within this new energy. Taking steps forward is where you build the strength to become and embody these all the way. Okay. It's through the process, it's through the steps, it's through facing the unknown that we build the strength. Okay. So, whoever needed to hear this, I'm so grateful to be able to share these messages with you. I hope that you enjoyed it and benefited from this message. And I look forward to seeing you and speaking with you soon. As always, I would love to hear from you. I love you, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Love you. Bye.